Before our last election this evening, I would like to thank all of you for joining us again tonight. I would also like to thank the talented young men and women for their contributions to our music program, and also thank my colleagues for their contribution and dedication to our talented students and the vision of JMU. It is an honor to be associated with such an accomplished and dedicated group of professionals. I would also like to thank everyone here this evening for coming out to support the arts at JMU and the School of Music. And tonight, as we talk about supporting the arts, I can't help but think about the presidential debate that occurred this past Wednesday. I don't know if you had an opportunity to see the show. I know all the MRDs tuned in. It wasn't required. I'm sure they watched. But I only bring this up because I wonder if anybody else thought it was interesting that the biggest headline after the presidential debate was Big Bird. Did you notice that? And I guess I missed that. So on Thursday I had to Google it and find out why everybody was talking about Big Bird. And then I remembered that there's been a long debate about cutting funding for PBS to the National Endowment for the Arts. Now, I certainly do not intend to talk about politics tonight, and I can hear the sigh of relief from the band behind me. And I certainly do not pretend to understand economics. In fact, just balancing my checkbook on a weekly basis gives me a headache. But I will admit that hearing about Big Bird after a presidential debate made me realize that sometimes I think when we talk about supporting the arts and cutting funding for public broadcasting and raising money for music in our schools, I can't help but feel that we're selling out our arts community and we're missing the point about supporting the arts. Although I won't deny the funding of the arts is important, but that's not the only support we need. The support that I think is important is what you all are doing here tonight. It's what you provide these young men and women with by coming to see their concerts each semester, when you participate in church choir or community bands, or when you attend local symphony orchestra concerts or art exhibits, or when parents bring their sons and daughters to music lessons each week, or when you sit very patiently at home listening to or trying not to listen to them practice hours on end, or playing that same note over and over and over and over again until it's in tune. The support we need is demonstrating to our school administrators and our public leaders and our politicians that the arts in our community is much more than an entitlement program. And the support we need is much greater than simply cutting a check. The arts is part of our culture. It is part of the human condition. It is part of our education and it is part of our well-being. And therefore, the support for the arts in our community must go beyond the financial and extend to the personal and the emotional and the philosophical, to the spiritual, and to our investment in our young musicians, both young and old. It must go much deeper than just the pocketbook. And tonight, on this campus, I do not think that you can find any better example of why supporting the arts is important. Our final tune this evening will feature, that's kind of a jump, isn't it? Our final tune this evening will feature flugelhorn soloist John Nye and baritone soloist Matt Piscatelli with Somewhere and the West Side Story finale.